Alright here. So what we've got here is an example of Suicide Zoo, Dark Zoo, stuff like that. I don't have anything with the sideboard. This is not a full demo of the deck. It's just going to show an example of it. If I was going to throw in sideboard, throwing things like Thoughtseize as well as various amounts of like Hooting Mandrills, maybe Nourishing Shawl, Stony Silence, Artifact Disruption like Ancient Grudge, maybe a Pact of Negotiation. It's very all this build is a bit more all in and doesn't have a Dark Confidant, but it shows up every now and then online as just something that kind of explodes out of nowhere, and again uses just sort of like it's using 4 colors, and there's Taxian Probe in there, but that's actually for 2 life is what it is, because it's running sort of a suicide options with Death Shadow here. And yeah, this is a small dark zoo, excuse me, and it's using again life as sort of a resource, life to draw cards, life to view hands and draw cards, which triggers things like Monastery Swift Spear throws things in the graveyard, so that way you can have Become Immense for super cheap. Make Death Shadow huge because your life is low. These are just the shock yourself. Being greedy rewards you here for Death Shadow. So these are the ideas behind the Suicide Zoo lists, or like the Dark Zoos as some people call them. Alright, I think this is probably a keepable hand. Especially since we're on the play. Or on the draw, excuse me, draw. And he's mulliganing down forever, so that's something too. Alright, let's try this again at 1 minute. Alright, this seems like a keepable hand again. Alrighty, so get a Noble Hierarch off an odd deck. That seems fine. Probe here is pretty good. Start off with I guess a Sacred Foundry is probably our best bet. Then, well, actually probably a Temple Garden and then a Blood Crypt to follow it up. Alright, submit a Growth Chamber. It's gonna just bounce something back in his hand. I guess we'll get in for a free attack here. Seems fine. We can get in for quite a bit of damage here. How much damage? That depends. Not as much as I'd like. Because with a Tamir Battle Rage, I want to combo that with the Become Immense. We're gonna see if we put this guy out and lose 2 life. We're gonna probe, so that way we can lose 2 life here. see what's in this guy's hand. Illusionary Angel, Mirror Superion, yada yada yada. Okay, so it's a bunch of weird stuff, but that's fine, because we're a bunch of weird stuff too. We're going to go with Wild Nocto, and we're going to put out Death Shadow here. Oops, clicked out. And we're just going to swing for 4 here. Not too much, just a little bit. Just a little bit of 4 swinging. Ether Vial. Probably get his Mirror Superion out if he can. Swift Spear's a pretty alright draw here. We're going to attack with our cat as well. If he decides to block it, I'm genuinely okay with that. Because I've got a backup cat. But this is how we're going to swing. We're going to leave back the Monastery Sphere. We don't want it to die. But I'm giving him the option to kill off my step links so that I can make Become Immense a little bit cheaper. Hope is that we get a fetch land. That's what we hope. Because then we can do Become Immense and Tamir Battle Rage. So we're just trying to overwhelm the board with our 1-drops and then follow it up with some stuffs to make it better. Alright, no 1-drops, huh? Well, that's okay, I suppose. We'll do the same tactic again. We can instant speed make something huge if we needed to. Same idea here. We're going to just go ahead and let our step links get sacrificed. Now we can cast Become Immense for, 1 mana regardless. If we draw into another land, would be good. We could probably win the game off of it. Mirror Superion's going to come out, but it's not that big of a deal because the Battle Rage should basically go on whoever he's not blocking. You go on someone like that no Hierarch blocks, for example. Yet again, this is not exactly what we need. But at this point, I guess we just keep back the Death Shadow. Well, I guess we go in with the Death Shadow too, just for extra damage. Because we can probably just Become Immense to win the game at this point. We don't need to combo it off with Tamir Battle Rage. we'll see if he decides to block anything else. Again, that's perfectly fine. It's just leaving up my other stuff to block. If he decides to block here, it's going to die, so... Not mine. His is going to die. I'll just point the Temir Battle Rage at the Step Links. Or not the Temir Battle Rage, but you know what I was saying. We're going to cast this on this guy over here. So we'll be getting in for one short of lethal, which kind of stinks, but that's fine. We got Temir Battle Rage still, for something else. So he has Illusionary Angel, which I believe is a 4/4 flying. And that's what he's going to hope blocks here. But Gut Shot will win me the game. But we'll go through the motions just to ensure that Gut Shot wins us the game here. Double Strike and Trample will be something that we would want. Scab Ruinator. Jesus, this guy's going deep, man. Seems perfectly fine. Cast. Gut Shot for one. The one of in the deck wins the match. Alright, we've got a shot here with Death Shadow. Let's keep it. So we're going to bolt him here, go down at least 3 life to 17. We'll also go to 17. 16 for him. Maybe we get bolted. If this is red deck wins, then I actually just don't need to hurt myself all that much. We can put this guy out as a 2/2, not a 1/1. As long as, well, actually, we can put him down as 1/1 as long as we have mutagenic growth here. Get a Blooded Crypt. And bolt him. Alright, we got another Stomping Ground. Not enough. Or I guess, sorry, Wooded Foothills. Let's see what he's got. The bolt might have scared him. Regardless, I'm going to keep going for what I need to go for. Become Immense is a cool draw here. We can't survive a mana leak yet, so I'm not going to actually play him because he's my only creature. We can survive a Remand, but that's it. So he misses land drop and he's keeping up mana leak mana, which is fine by me. I'll take the life for it too. I'll take the life for it as well. We'll be a little greedy. Cast Death Shadow, who should now survive bolts on his own. Even 2 bolts he can survive at this point with Mutagen Growth. We'll see if we get to swing in here now for the win. Okay. Here we go. Let's see if we win. No blocks, huh? Alright, let's go ahead and cast Battle Rage. See if we can give him double strike. Yeah, we were hoping to spell snare that, get that spell snared. So what we're going to do now is we're going to become Immense. We're going to get rid of everything in our graveyard. We're going to pay mana for it. Yes. Cast that for 2 life. And if it let us, instead of just conceding. Oh, we could have double striked it too. I had a 15-15 double strike. Alright, so that's pretty much the epitome of what this Suicide Zoo wants to do. With that, I'm just going to go ahead and let it be. That is exactly the deck. You know what it does now. It's a high power at high cost. And good luck feeding your shadowy animals, everyone.